It's my pleasure.
Oh, mate, I gotta say how excited we are about you guys coming down to Australia to play. I was wondering if you could start off by telling us a little bit about how this tour's come about and how you feel about heading down under for this tour.
We've been wanting to get back to Australia since we were there, I think, in 1994 with Subculture. So, just kind of looking around, we found Doug at Hardline, and, just one thing led to another, and we're fortunate to be able to work it out to get back.
You have such an amazing fan base here in Australia. Have you been in much contact with them over the years? Like, do you know what you're to expect when you get here for these shows?
No, we have no idea what to expect, and I think no expectation is the best way to go into most things. So, I always feel the same. Wherever we go and play, whoever shows up, that's who we play for, and we're all just there to have a good time.
Yeah. Because you haven't been to Australia since the early 90s, is that going to change up what you guys play when you're here? Like, will you be playing more than just what is on the last album? Will you actually be doing more of a show where you delve back deeper into your back catalogue?
Yeah, I think at this point we kind of have a basic understanding of the songs that people are interested in hearing. So it'll definitely be a mixture of old songs and new songs.
Yeah. How do you actually keep up to date with that these days? Like, I guess it's a little bit easier with Spotify. You can kind of have a look at what people are listening to in each territory, but how do you actually go about working out what is the best tracks to play in each country?
We just have a set list and we just go play it. And I think the fans are the same no matter where you go. And, look, we know by the reaction what people want to hear. So I don't think it's a big mystery to us.
Yeah. So taking it back a little bit now, the album Awakening, it was your first album in a long time. Tell us a little bit about what it was like getting back down to actually recording and heading into a studio to work on that album.
It was just really exciting. The first day that we were in the studio, we almost had to pinch ourselves. We almost didn't believe that it was true and that it was actually happening. And it was just really exciting. The whole experience was very positive, and the record turned out great, and there's a lot of great energy from us on there, and we're really just very pleased with the way it came out.
Yeah, a lot of Australian fans might not actually know, but tell us a little bit about how that all came about again. Like, what was it that sparked Let's Get Back Together and tour, and Let's Get Back Together and actually work on an album again?
Well, we've been playing shows since 2007.
Yep.
And then, one day the songs came back. I don't know why, and I'm not going to question it too much. I'm just happy that it did. I don't know what the reasoning is. But it's almost like having a radio station in your head, and then the switch was flipped, and the song showed up again, and we just figured, man, it's time to do another record.
Yeah.
And it's just been really, really cool. And when we started playing again in 2007, it was just playing the old songs, and it was fun and really cool, and really fortunate that people even showed up to hear the same things again. And but now it feels like things have changed, and we've made it more, it's a full-time thing now, making records and touring and getting really active with the band. It feels really incredible, and we're really fortunate, that we're still able to do it after all these years, and it's pretty amazing that I get at the age of 50, to just get back into music.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Has that whole thing about touring being full-time now and making albums full-time, has that changed from when you first started out in the industry in the 80s?
Well, our goal was always to just play music. So when our first record came out, we did like 4 shows, 4 dates for the Ignorance tour in the U.S. And then it was really Surf, Nicaragua in 1988 that we finally got an agent, and we were able to tour and keep going and doing everything. And we were also very young, so, a lot of us were living at home. It didn't take much to support ourselves. The but it's wonderful to be able to do it again.
Yeah. What's it been like actually going out and touring on the back of Awakening? Like, that album had such an amazing vibe to it that you just knew it was going to sound great live. What's it been like playing those tracks live, and what's it been like being out on the road and doing them?
It's been fabulous. I guess we try to do things with no expectations, and when getting out and playing the songs is you just don't know how the new songs are going to be received. And I mean, I know as a fan of other bands, you know, when you have records that you've liked for so long and they're part of your life, sometimes it's hard to integrate new stuff, and maybe you're not as receptive to new things. So we didn't know how it was going to go, but we've been pleasantly surprised, and seeing people singing along to the new songs have been really heartwarming, and in the live context, I think all the songs really work very well together, so it's been great.
Have you found also that this time around there are people there that have brought their kids along as well, because their kids are now fans of the band as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, you know, we're in our 50s, so a lot of our fans are the same. So to see them bringing their kids and their kids being into it is really cool.
What was that like the first time when you realised that? Because I've spoken to a few bands about that, and they said that sometimes it's like a bit of a surprise when they look down and realise, oh, hang on a minute, I think that's father's son or that's mother-daughter. But how did that make you feel the first time you saw it?
I think it's great. You know, it's funny, like, sometimes we'll see young people up front. I'm like, is that your dad? You know, and sometimes it is, and sometimes no, they're just there by themselves. They're 16 or 17, and they're just there with their friends, you know. Yeah. So I just think it's fun. I think back at when I was getting into Metallica and Slayer and those bands, and I wasn't so much interested in the older bands like Judas Priest or Scorpions or Iron Maiden anymore. I wanted something newer and you know, people that are more my age. So when I see young people, I'm always happy about it, because I also know that I was also got to a point where I was looking at the bands that I like were into, you know, and that kept taking me further and further back and got me into the blues and all these different things, the roots of all the music that we listen to. So I think it's great.
Yeah. You mentioned before that before Awakening you found that switch got flicked in your head to actually sit down and write new music. Where are you at now with that? Like, are you still working on brand new Sacred Reich music that we might hear over the next couple of years as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was hoping maybe to get into the studio in January. I don't know if it's going to happen, if we're going to have enough material by then, because we're pretty busy touring. But definitely, I mean, we already have ideas for the next record, so there's definitely going to be, you know, another record or two at least. So we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. And I guess because we are running out of time, I've got two quick questions. First of all, is there anything you're looking forward to doing when you're here in Australia away from the shows? Like, do you like to get out and explore the cities or go and explore the restaurants? What do you like to do?
Yeah, I like to get out and just walk around and just, you know, like you said, explore the city. And the schedule is pretty tight. It's pretty much do a show, fly, do a show, fly, do a show, fly. So there's not going to be too much time, but hopefully I can be on a schedule that I'm up early enough that we can adventure out a little bit. And I think me and Dave will be looking for, you know, the vegan restaurants of Australia. He told me there's a place, I can't remember what he said. There's a place, maybe it's in Melbourne. I'm not exactly sure. He said it was pretty awesome, so we'll be looking forward to that.
Definitely. All right, well, to finish off, is there anything you would like to say to your Australian fans out there before they go out and grab tickets for these shows?
Well, I always just want to thank people for sticking with us, because, you know, we haven't made a record in 23 years, and we haven't toured there in 25 years, so the fact that anybody even remembers who we are is pretty amazing to us, and we really appreciate it, you know, because the thing is, without the fans, we don't even get to do any of this stuff, so we just want to say thank you and really looking forward to getting back down there and playing for everybody.
Definitely. Well, mate, thank you so much for chatting to us today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we cannot wait to see you here in Melbourne once again.
Thank you so much. We look forward to it.
All right, mate. I'll let you go. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
All right, cheers.
All right. Bye.